How do you know if a story you've been telling yourself is true, or it's a lie that you keep repeating to yourself? That's exactly what we're talking about today on the podcast. You're listening to Ariana Rollins, and this is Mindful Manifesting. But before we get into the episode, if you would like a guided meditation and a workbook to kickstart your manifesting journey or elevate the results, go to highertrueself.com. It's completely free. All right, let's get into this. So I've got a couple questions for you to ask yourself. I think well-formed questions can enlighten us so much about how we're thinking, how we're feeling, and how we are being in the world. It informs our actions. So my first question is, and you may not be consciously aware of it, but allow the question just to kind of float past you. Especially pick an area of your life where you've been struggling. So this question may sound too generic, too general. You might not get an answer. But if you pick an area, say it's your business, say it's promoting yourself on social media, say it's getting more clients, say it's improving the copy for your website, say it's developing or articulating your niche. I think niche is almost going to be one of those dirty words in my mind because it's been so hard. I get almost a reaction when someone says to me, Ariana, who's your niche? Who's your target market? I was like, I get angry actually. Don't ask me. So anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked. So when I ask you this question, I want you to pick the area, please. If you want to play this game with me, I think it's going to be useful, where you've been struggling, okay? So here's the question. Are you ready? What rules or strategies have you been told to follow to be successful and they don't feel right to you? What rules or strategies have you been told to follow and they don't feel right to you? Maybe you've actually tried them in your social media or on your web copy or enrolling new clients. You've tried them and they feel yucky. They don't feel right. Or that you don't even have to have a reason. It just, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Okay. So what rules or strategies have you been told to follow to be successful and they don't feel right to you? Well, one of mine, and I will tell you, I'm kind of in this argument, this love-hate argument about it. So one of the people I follow online, an Australian woman, she has what's called an imperfect project. And the imperfect project was to post 100 times on your social media for 100 days. Do you think I did it? Nope. I started it with good intention. And then I was like, I'm contributing to the noise. If I don't have something meaningful to say, I'm not going to do it. So did I put pressure on myself to do it? Yeah. Did I get behind? Yeah. Now, it's a really good idea. But for some people who are driven more by something kind of starts to flower up in them. Oh, what a weird term. It starts to rise up in them and it's meaningful. It's something they want to say versus I have to put stuff out there, whether it's perfect or not. Now, her reasoning is really good. I don't dismiss it. Is that without enough data, 100 days, 100 posts, if you've got that, then you can really look at what kind of posts, like podcast posts, or I don't know, like a clever little meme or a little image with words. What gets people engaged? I think social media, I don't know, it's just kind of my personal view, is it gets people hooked in thinking they can win. Oh, we will figure out the algorithm. So it's not something that motivates me, and it's completely outside my control. Doing a podcast every week is within my control, and I thoroughly enjoy it, and I feel good. I feel I'm contributing. Otherwise, I'm not going to put it out there. Just won't. Okay, so what rules or strategies have you been told to follow to be successful, let's say in your business, all right, but they don't feel right to you? If you would like, you can make a note of it or just remember it, okay? Second, finish the sentence. I'm the kind of person who. I'm the kind of person who. Now, it could be in the area we're talking about, or it could be general. I'm the kind of person who, I don't know. It's interesting because when I was prepping for this podcast, I wrote down, I'm the kind of person who snaps at her dog and apologizes. I definitely am that. But what I was thinking about, I'm the kind of person who listens deeply and wants to help. That's what popped up now. So you could ask this question. Maybe you're having a tough day. You're being hard on yourself or things aren't going well. You could ask, I'm the kind of person who, and it might shift your perspective. You might start to feel better about yourself. Or it could pull out one of those beliefs, one of those patterns, one of those things you absorbed from someone else, a teacher, a parent, a friend, a partner, right? I'm the kind of person who, oh boy, I just thought of a terrible one, which I'm not going to repeat, that someone said to me. So this is just it kind of pulling things out, pulling out the programming, pulling out the conditioning, pulling out the blocks or the beliefs. All right, number 3. Here's a nice one. Because I think it lightens the mood. And it also helps us catch if we're trying to be perfect or that life should be perfect or our business growth should be perfect, our podcast growth should be perfect, or that the dating should go perfectly and there shouldn't be challenges, or the marriage, we shouldn't argue, okay? 3rd question, ready? And it's something for you to kind of ponder. What if every challenge in your business, if you were doing this whole little exercise on your business or your relationship or the relationship with your dog, what if every challenge in your business or whatever your area is, was for your personal growth? What if every challenge in whatever the area is that you're inquiring about was for your personal growth? I know that may sound kind of, lightweight, new age, woo-woo. And what if it was? I'm not saying that the big things that have happened, the really devastating things that you created them by any means. But could we use that experience? Could we use it to grow ourselves? Absolutely. Could we reflect and what did we learn? How does that inform us to make different choices in the future? Can we use whatever has happened in our life for our growth? I think absolutely we can. Absolutely. So that question again, what if every challenge in your business or your relationship or whatever your finances was for your personal growth? If you get a calmness in your body, that's a really good sign. It's a really good sign that you're ready to explore this and you're ready to review some of the challenges and gain wisdom, clarity. I want to add to this because I think this could be really valuable. So I ask myself a question when I'm disturbed about something. Maybe, I don't know, I'm working with a client and the client didn't give a really inspiring takeaway. And if I'm feeling hard on myself, I will think, wow, I didn't do a good job. I didn't help them. I didn't ask the right questions. I didn't further them. I didn't, really serve them. Now, those are all stories that I'm saying to myself. So what if every challenge in working with a particular client was for my personal growth? Absolutely. So the thing that I would ask myself, if it kind of is noodling around in my head, spinning around, I'd focus inside, focus on my heart and say, true self, higher self, or the part of me that keeps me in integrity with myself. What was so troubling about that? And I might get an answer that you can't read them. And you're expecting them to know themselves so well that they can articulate the shift that session made. They may or may not. And in fact, true self doesn't give me all those words. It's just that I'm putting too much on them, that they're self-aware enough to notice what shifted. Because a lot of times we don't know. I've had clients come to me, and it could be 6 months later that they have fallen into the career that has defined them, and they loved it. And they started out wanting to be a successful network marketer. Go figure. Will they have attributed the highest potential program that they went through with me to the shift? Not likely. Not likely. So for me, I've got to play the long game. That's it. I can't be looking at one session and that the person's going to have that awareness and they've made that shift. No. So what if every challenge in whatever it is you're doing was for your personal growth? So I asked the question, what's so troubling, true self? And it's so interesting, the insights I get. And they're not about blame. It's just self-reflection. So good. Okay, fourth one. What inspires you and why? What inspires you and why? So remember, we're talking about an area of your life where you're not getting the results you want. Okay, so I'm weaving back because we've been kind of all over the place. But hopefully you're getting insights. Yeah, I hope you're getting insights. Okay, what inspires you and why? Okay, so let's give an example here. What inspires me is when I stick to something that's difficult and I start to see progress. Now, you've probably heard me mention more than you might even want me to mention is the Australian Shepherd I have. He's not even a year and a half, so he's still kind of considered a puppy. Highly sensitive. Some could say reactive, especially to certain people. He's reactive. Well, I am inspired when I see him calm in a situation where previously he would have reacted, or that I see him reactive and he calms himself. So one of the games or tricks I play is we sit out on the balcony when I have my morning tea, and if someone's walking by and he reacts, he barks, runs over to his bed, looks up at me. And that's the cue. He's doing well, so he gets a treat. He doesn't incessantly bark like he used to. So to me, my friends, that's progress. That's progress. Is it perfection? No, by any means. I was walking the other day with a friend, and I said, the dog's doing better. And she said, he really is. He used to jump all over me when I'd come in, and now he's not. He's just more relaxed. I said, yeah, he's making progress. And I said, dogs bark. And she looks at me and she says, yeah, dogs bark. So what inspires me is when I see either I'm making progress or a client is making progress, a student's making progress. Oh my gosh, does that light me up? And why? Because I love growth. And I know we feel good about ourselves when we do the hard things and we make progress. It fills our cups. We feel confident. It inspires us to grow more, do more. And I love that. It's a path of growth. It really is. So what inspires you and why? What inspires you and why? If you could do more of that, more awareness of what inspires you, you're going to feel good about life. You're going to feel good about your progress. So this was kind of a general, just inner inquiry. And I hope you got something out of it. And we're going to wrap up in just a moment with a story here. One other quick little story. So as I mentioned, I go out on my balcony, and that's where I have my morning tea. Well, the other day, I was making my tea, holding my cup, and the dog ran to the patio doors for me to go out on the balcony. And I was like, so cute. He has recognized my pattern. Oh, it's great. It's time to go out onto the balcony. That really inspired me. The intelligence of this little animal, how he observes me and he wants to serve. He says, we're going out on the balcony now. I'm with you. I just love that. That just made my day. So that was a story I wanted to share. All right, we're going to wrap up now. So the 4 questions for you to ask yourself. 1, what rules or strategies have you been told to follow to be successful and they don't feel right to you, but you're doing them anyway? What rules or strategies have you been told to follow, but they don't feel right to you? 2nd, Finish the sentence. I'm the kind of person who. I'm the kind of person who. Ask yourself several times a day. I think it's going to be enlightening. 3. What if every challenge in fill in the blank, your business, your relationship, was for your personal growth? What if every challenge in your fill in the blank was for your personal growth? 4. What inspires you and why? What inspires you and why? I enjoyed this episode because I don't know about you, but I love questions. When someone asks me a good question, it tells me that they're tuned in, they're really paying attention, they're listening, and they want to help. I hope you like questions too. Okay, thank you so much for listening. As we start to wrap up, remember, when you confirm yourself, you chart your own path to success. If you'd like to grab a copy of the guided meditation and workbook to kickstart your manifesting journey, go to highertrueself.com. The link will be in the show notes. Thanks so much love. Bye for now.